Thanks for watching this video on PowerExchange for MongoDB. PowerExchange for MongoDB is a new connector from Informatica that provides both read and write capability to MongoDB. PowerExchange for MongoDB uses ODBC to connect to MongoDB. Since MongoDB does not provide a data dictionary, schema discovery for a Mongo collection is done using data sampling. The connector also supports reading and writing nested documents, arrays, and arrays of nested documents. Finally, the connector supports both static and dynamic schemas through support for JSON document handling. For this demo, we will be connecting to a Mongo instance running locally on my machine. I'll first run the show collections command to list all the collections in the test database. The books collection contains a single document which I'll view using the find one command. Apart from the single valued attributes like ID, title, and author, this document contains a nested entity called publisher, which has name, date, and city attributes. It also has an array subjects of size 3. Finally, reviews is an array of size 2 that contains nested documents representing user IDs and their respective reviews. We will begin by creating an ODBC DSN inside the ODBC driver manager. Press Add to create a new ODBC DSN. Select driver type as Informatica MongoDB ODBC driver and press OK. We will now be presented with a MongoDB ODBC setup screen. Enter a data source name. We will use Mongo test for this demo. Optionally, provide a description. Provide an IP address or host name of the machine where MongoDB instance is running. In my case, I have one running on my local machine, so I will enter localhost. Provide the MongoDB port. I will use the default value of 27017. Enter the database name that you wish to connect to, and I will use test for this demo. Provide the username required to authenticate to MongoDB. You can provide the replica set related settings by clicking the Connect to Replica Set checkbox below. In this case, I'm only connecting to the primary node, so I will leave this unselected. Press the schema definition button. Click the drop-down arrow next to the table name field to select the table for which you want to view the schema. The driver automatically detects the schema by sampling the collection in the process of connecting to MongoDB. For the books collection, corresponding fields are shown in the columns view. The driver has detected fields and their data types by sampling the single row currently present in the collection. The nested document publisher has been presented by concatenating the nested document name, publisher, and attribute name city, date, and name using the dot separator. Similarly, for the array subjects of size 3, driver has created column subjects.0 through subjects.2, representing the 3 elements of the array. If an array has varying number of elements across documents, the driver will pick the largest array while sampling to create the array columns. Finally, for the reviews field, which is an array of nested documents, the driver has created columns as reviews.0.user and reviews.0.text to represent the first nested document in the array. The number of columns created depend on the number of nested documents in the max sized array in the collection. You can choose to resample the collection by changing the number of rows to be sampled or adding a JSON query to provide a criterion on the rows to be selected for sampling. For example, in the zips table, the first 100 rows do not contain the time zone array column. To sample all the rows, in the Advanced Options dialog, set 0 in the rows to scan text box. After clicking Resample button in the schema definition screen, we will now be able to see the time zone column in the discovered schema. Alternatively, we could have added the time zone array manually by pressing the Add button and entering the column information. In this video, you saw how you can use the ODBC interface of the Informatica's PowerExchange for MongoDB adapter. Check out the next video in this series to find out how the ODBC connection is used inside Informatica's mapping designer to perform data integration tasks. Thanks for watching.